want to show you something here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's João Pedro there. As you can see, around João Pedro is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 4 West Ham players. They're not that compact, if I'm being honest, but you can see there's bodies in there. For example, if Palmer was to play that into Pedro now, the amount of bodies that would be in there is tight. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be tighter, but it's tight. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, look, some people say that, play Palmer in the 10, give him the keys, let him have freedom. But some people don't understand that space is freedom. The position you play in isn't necessarily freedom. Now, the reason why I say that Chelsea look like a better team when Palmer's on the right and somebody else is in the 10 is because I agree when they say that Palmer should have freedom. But like I said, space is freedom. And if you look at Palmer at his best for Chelsea, it's when he can find time and space and he can do what he pleases in a football match. And sometimes, especially in this era of football, when everything is so compact, the most space you can find on a football pitch is wide. And then once you drift, and then when you pick up the ball wide, you can see everything on the pitch, which means you've got an idea what you're going to do, and you have the time to do it. Because teams don't mind you having the ball wide. Now, Palmer here is going to drift inside naturally, and look how much space he has to drift into. Whereas, let's say somebody else was on the ball where Palmer is here, and they pass it into Palmer here, because realistically, before creative spot, Chelsea are going to be looking for Palmer as much as they can. If somebody was passing the ball to Palmer here, he would have to work on the half turn and have to think in the moment and try to get something going. Obviously, you can check your shoulders as much as you want, but in a tight space, it becomes instinct. But there's only so many players you can go past. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time in big games or when the midfield is congested and they pass Palmer the ball in this area, he can get tackled because it's so congested and because nowadays teams have good shape. Now, when you've got someone like João Pedro in there instead, who, if I'm being honest, in space is a bit more nimble. Like he doesn't mind how many touches he can get. He will find a way to be close to the striker, find a way to get onto the last man, find a way to link up with someone with a bit of one touch, a bit of flicks around the corner. That's how João Pedro is. You know, that means that teams have to be more aware of somebody else that's tricky in there, and Palmer now has the space to do what he wants out wide and can float in. And if you see what he's going to do here, he's now going to pick up the ball out wide, and he's going to gradually float in. And he just, last little pass into Caicedo into Pedro, Enzo goal. But it starts by Palmer being able to pass it to Caicedo through the lines, Caicedo through the lines to João Pedro, João Pedro run in behind, pull back, Enzo. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, some of you need to understand that position doesn't necessarily create freedom. It's the space on the pitch that creates freedom. And that's why I just think sometimes in certain games, put Palmer on the right. And yeah, that was just an example of what I meant when I said that.
And if you didn't know before, at least you know now. AJ knows ball.